Hello everyone, welcome to online lecture series of St. Vidya Mandir High School Junior College Science and Commerce. Now, new chapter, I will start new chapter. This is what ionic equilibrium. In this chapter, I will cover these topics like introduction part, then types of electrolyte, degree of dissociation, acid and bases. So I will cover this topic in this video: introduction, types of electrolyte, degree of dissociation, and acid and bases. So as you know that myself Rajnish Pandey for chemistry. So ionic equilibrium. What is this ionic equilibrium? So the equilibrium between ions and unionized molecule in solution is called ionic equilibrium. Ionic equilibrium creating weak electrolyte. As we know that electrolyte which partially dissociate, when it partially dissociate, then an equilibrium exists between dissociated ions and undissociated molecule. That equilibrium is called what? Ionic equilibrium. In this chapter, with the help of principles, we determine equilibrium, constant and concentration of ions and unionized species. First, like H plus and OH minus ions are and unionized water molecules. We will discuss the equilibrium between H plus and OH minus ions and unionized water molecules. Second, ionization of weak acids and weak bases. Third, reactions between ions of salts and ions of water. Now, types of electrolyte. On the basis of extent of ionization, here two types of the electrolytes are present: strong electrolytes and weak electrolyte. First, we discuss strong electrolyte. The electrolytes ionizing completely or almost completely are strong electrolytes. For example, strong acids like HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, and strong bases like NaOH, KOH, and salts like NaCl, KCl. These are the examples of strong electrolyte because these electrolyte completely dissociate. Now, weak electrolyte, the electrolytes which dissociate to a smaller extent in aqueous solution called weak electrolytes. Smaller extent means what? Partially dissociate. For example, NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide, acetic acid, CH3COOH. NH4OH is the weak base and CH3COOH is the weak acid. So these substances dissociate smaller extent, means partially dissociate, and an equilibrium exists between dissociated ions and undissociated molecules. See this, CH3COOH partially dissociate and it forms the CH3COO minus plus H plus ions. So we are observing here this double-headed arrow indicating equilibrium exists between dissociated ions like CH3COO minus and H plus ion and undissociated molecule like CH3COOH. For example, when we consider suppose 10 mole of acetic acid, then it partially dissociate like 0.2 mole will dissociate. When more than 0.2 mole will dissociate, then again these ion will combine and convert into the acetic acid. So after some time an equilibrium exists between dissociated ions and undissociated molecule, which is called what? Ionic equilibrium. Now next we discuss degree of dissociation. It is denoted by alpha. The degree of dissociation of an electrolyte is defined as a fraction of total number of moles of the electrolyte that dissociates into its ions when the equilibrium is attained. I repeat, the degree of dissociation of an electrolyte is defined as a fraction of total number of moles of the electrolyte that dissociates into its ions when the equilibrium is attained. That's why alpha is equal to number of moles of dissociated ions divided by total number of moles. Now percentage of dissociation. So when degree of dissociation alpha is multiplied by 100, then it is called what? Percentage of dissociation. If C is the molar concentration of an electrolyte, the equilibrium concentration of cations or anions is what? Alpha into C mole per dm cube. Concentration of cation and anion is what? Alpha into C mole per dm cube. Now acids and bases. First, we discuss about the Arrhenius theory of acids and bases. Acid is a substance which contain hydrogen and give rise to H plus ion in aqueous solution. For example, HCl aqueous give the H plus ion and Cl minus ion. It means any substance which containing hydrogen and give rise this hydrogen ion in their aqueous solution. Your attention about this, Arrhenius theory totally based on the aqueous solution, not on the basis of non-aqueous solution. Arrhenius unable to explain when HCl dissolve in the alcohol. Arrhenius only explain HCl as an acid when dissolved in the water, mixed with the water. Base. First you see the example, like acetic acid, CH3COOH. So this acid containing hydrogen, and in aqueous solution it release H plus ion, that's why it is what? Acid. So HCl and CH3COOH is what? Acids. But HCl dissociate completely, that's why it is represented by single arrow, and acetic acid dissociate partially, that's why it represented by the double headed arrow. It means HCl is strong acid and acetic acid is a weak acid. Now base. Before base, first we see this. H plus ion in aqueous solution, H plus ion cannot exist in the free state. It will combine with water and form the hydronium ion. But Arrhenius unable to explain the concept of hydronium ion. Now base. Base is a substance that contains hydroxyl group and produces hydroxide ion in aqueous solution. Base means substance which contain OH group and it release hydroxide ion, OH minus ions, when dissolved in water. In their aqueous solution it release the hydroxide ion. For example, NaOH, aqueous solution give the Na plus and OH minus. That's what is base. This is strong base because completely dissociate. But when we consider NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide, it also containing hydroxyl group, but it dissociate partially and give the NH4 plus and OH minus ion. That's why it is weak base. So this is the Arrhenius theory of acid and bases. Some limitations of Arrhenius theory is that Arrhenius theory only based on the aqueous solution And Arrhenius unable to explain some acids like FeCl3 which cannot give the hydrogen ion in their aqueous solution, some bases which not give the hydroxyl ion in their aqueous solution. So here is some limitations of Arrhenius theories also. So for eliminating these limitations, new scientists come forward and give their acid base concept, that is Bronsted-Lowry theory. Bronsted-Lowry theory is what? According to this theory, acid is a substance that donates a proton. H plus ion is considered as a proton to another substance. Means a substance which donate proton to other substance is called what? Acid. In short, we can say that acids are proton donor. Base. Base is a substance that accept a proton from another substance. It means base is a proton acceptor. So proton donor are called acids and proton acceptors are called bases. So acids are proton donor and bases are proton acceptor. So Bronsted-Lowry theory, acid base concept given on the basis of proton donor and proton acceptor. Now example, HCl plus NH3. Now pay attention about this. HCl, hydrochloric acid, when react with ammonia, then it form what? Ammonium ion and chloride ion, NH4 plus and Cl minus. In this case, when we observe, then we get HCl donate protons H plus ion to NH3. That's why it will convert into the NH4 plus. And NH3 accept this proton from HCl. That's why HCl is a acid and NH3 is a base. So HCl and NH3 convert into the NH4 plus and Cl minus. But when we consider this reverse reaction, then we get now NH4 plus donate proton to Cl minus and form NH3 and HCl. It means in reversible reaction, NH4 plus as a acid and Cl minus as a base. So here a pair create between acid and base, which is called what? Conjugate acid base pair. So acid is proton donor, NH3 is the proton acceptor. Now conjugate acid base theory is what? An acid and base differ by single proton is called what? Conjugate acid base pair. When an acid and base pair is differ by single proton, only one H plus ion is differ between acid and base, then it is called what? Conjugate acid base pair. In above example, when we consider HCl and Cl minus ion, so HCl as a acid but Cl minus ion as a base. What is the difference between HCl and Cl minus? One proton, H plus ion. That's why these are conjugate acid base pair. Similarly, when we consider the pair of NH3 and NH4 plus, then we get here is the difference between NH3 and NH4 plus is the single proton. That's why these are the acid base pair. Now we consider amphoteric nature of water. Amphoteric means what? Dual nature. So water has the ability to act as acid, means proton donor, and as a base, proton acceptor. Such behavior is known as what? Amphoteric nature of water. So water has the dual nature. It can accept this proton as well as can donate the proton. In some cases it can accept proton, then behave as a base. In some cases it donate proton, that behave as a acid. See the example. Like when water react with the ammonia, NH3 plus H2O, then it form OH minus ion and NH4 plus ion. It means in this case water H2O donate H plus ion to ammonia. So ammonia as a proton acceptor, that's why here ammonia NH3 as a acid and H2O donate H plus ion as a proton, that's why it is acid. So in this example, H2O water molecule act as the acid as a proton donor. In second example, when HCl and H2O react, then it form hydronium ion and Cl minus ion. Now you observe this reaction, then you will get, in this reaction HCl donate H plus ion to H2O. It means HCl as a proton donor, that's why it is acid, and H2O is a proton acceptor, that's why it is base. So you are observing here, water when react with ammonia then act as the proton donor, and when water react with the HCl then act as a proton acceptor. Sorry. It means water can behave as an acid as well as a base. That's why it is amphoteric in nature. Now third concept, that is Lewis theory. According to Lewis theory, acid, any species that accept a share of an electron pair is called what? Lewis acid. In short, electron pair acceptors are called acids. Base, any species that donates a share in an electron pair is called Lewis base. It means electron pair donor is called what? Lewis base. Now listen, Bronsted-Lowry depend upon the proton acceptor and proton donor, that's why acid is a proton donor and base as the proton acceptor, which is H plus ion, but Lewis theory based on the electron pair. So electron pair donor as a base and electron pair acceptor as an acid. Means any species which accept the pair of electron is called what? Acid, and species that donates a pair of electron is called what? Base. For example, H plus ion and NH3. As we know that NH3, in NH3 nitrogen having lone pair of electrons, and H plus means what? This hydrogen ion having vacant orbital. So this lone pair of electron of nitrogen donate to the vacant orbital of H plus ion and form this coordinate bond, and it will convert into the ammonium ion. It means H plus ion as a electron pair acceptor means acid, and NH3 as a electron pair donor means base. Second example, BF3 or F3B plus NH3. Now here again NH3 is the having lone pair of electron, and boron trifluoride. In this case, this B have the vacant orbital. Because of that, it act as the acid. It can accept the pair of electron which is donated by the ammonia, and it form this complex. This type of bond is called what? Coordinate bond. So electron pair acceptor as acid and electron pair donor as a base. Now, ionization of acid and bases. Ionization of acids and bases. Acids and bases classified as strong and weak on the basis of extent of dissociation. Strong acids and bases are almost completely dissociated in water. For example, I had explained previously, HCl as a strong acid in their aqueous solution completely dissociate into the H plus ion and Cl minus ion. Similarly, NaOH as a strong base which also completely dissociate into the Na plus ion and OH minus ion. While weak acids and weak bases are partially dissociated in water, therefore an equilibrium exists in between dissociated ions and undissociated molecules. For example, acetic acid CH3COOH. Acetic acid in their aqueous solution dissociate partially in CH3CO minus and H plus ions. That's why an equilibrium exists between CH3CO minus ion and H plus ion and CH3COOH molecule. Means dissociated ions and undissociated molecules exist in equilibrium, which is called what? Ionic equilibrium. Another example for weak base, ammonium hydroxide NH4OH. It is also weak base which partially dissociate into the Na plus ion and OH minus ion. Sorry, it should be NH4 plus ion. Extremely sorry, it should be NH4 plus ion. Instead of Na plus ion, it should be NH4 plus ion. So NH4 plus ion and OH minus ion. Here again, this reaction represented, otherwise reactant and product separated by the double-headed arrow, that indicating what? NH4OH convert into the NH4 plus and OH minus ion, and NH4 plus ion and OH minus ion combine and convert into the NH4OH. It means what? An equilibrium exists between dissociated ions and undissociated molecule. Now, dissociation constant of weak acids and weak bases. Dissociation constant of weak acid and weak bases are what? Consider a weak acid like HA in water, then it will be partially dissociate into the H plus and A minus ions. Therefore, when we apply the law of mass action, then we get Ka is equal to H plus ion concentration into A minus ion concentration divided by HA concentration, where Ka is dissociation constant for weak acid. Similarly, for weak base, BOH as a weak base. So BOH in their aqueous solution dissociated into the B plus and OH minus ions. Again, when we apply the law of mass action, then we get Kb is equal to B plus concentration minus into OH minus concentration divided by BOH concentration, where Kb is a dissociation constant for weak base. So thank you. So we have discussed about these topics which I mentioned previously. In next video I will explain Ostwald dilution law.